And all right, we're ready to go. What is up, everyone? And thank you for checking out Don't Say the F Word. We are a pro wrestling and combat sports podcast. We do not use the F word when we talk about professional wrestling. You shouldn't let your friends use it either. We're live on Instagram. That's right. If you're catching this YouTube or Spotify, that means the big guy managed to upload everything. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, where's my mic? Dude, I don't know, man. I don't got the mic hooked up. I'm assuming it sounds fine. I mean, that's one way to go about it. Just go and just assume things. You know this. We got the Cuban Gorilla in here in our comments live on Instagram already. Wild week for pro wrestling. I mean, yeah, there's been some stuff that's happened. Yeah, I mean, a PCO went into business for himself and smashed up the TNA digital media title. Man, don't nobody care what PCO did. I mean, it's a big deal. All the UK pro wrestling YouTubers going on about it like it's the biggest thing that's ever happened. Yeah, well, I mean, those UK pro wrestling YouTubers will go on about anything to pretend that it's news. But don't nobody give a shit about PCO smashing up a digital media title. Is that even a real championship? I mean, yeah, it's a belt. It's gold. He smashed it with a sledgehammer. No, he smashed a folding chair with a sledgehammer. He missed the belt 7 times. That was not... I get it. Okay, he went into business for himself. Sure he did. He smashed up a belt don't nobody care about that belongs to a company he's no longer signed for. That wasn't a shoot. That was a dude who doesn't have a job there anymore smashing up a belt they weren't going to continue with because when WWE buys TNA, they're not going to continue on with the digital media championship. Yeah, I said it. It's not a big deal, man. Everyone wants it to be a big deal. It just isn't a big deal. Joe Hendry winning the title, that's pretty cool. Man, a lot of people believe in Joe Hendry. It's a good thing. The dude went out, made a name for himself, did a lot of cool shit. His song's cool. I don't know if anyone can hear you. Look, man, I don't know where I literally moved the mic and I don't know where it's at. It's around here somewhere. I will find it. I swear. Joe will be joining us any second now. Maybe Joe cares about the digital media title. I don't know. I personally don't care. I seen it. I seen it because it was on YouTube, free. So that's why I seen it while it happened, and I thought, this is bad, like like really bad. And I know I'm guilty of at times really not digging what GCW does outside of Bloodsport. Josh Barnett's Bloodsport is cool. I do enjoy that. GCW, I hope nobody gets me wrong here. I am happy that GCW exists. I really am. I don't catch it all for wrestlers who are at that point in their career to have somewhere that gets really good attendance. Like, fans show up to GCW events. And I think that that's really cool. The deathmatch style stuff that they do with Nick Gage, that's not my jam. That's not for me. But that doesn't mean that that it's not for anyone. Like, there's people who really love it, and that's really their thing, and GCW is really their thing, and I can respect that. It's just oftentimes I'll watch it and go, okay, I know where a lot of this talent's at in their skill level. And it's okay to be there. What I don't like is when people pretend that that's not what GCW is. It's still not letting Joe get in here. And it's not like, I'm not saying, like, people think I like shit on indie wrestling, and I do not. I like indie wrestling. I think it's great that it exists, and I think it's great that people enjoy it. And I really think it's great that there's a lot of like really good local scenes for people, and that people in their area like they have like their local guys that they really. I think that's fantastic. But I don't think that whenever like people act like somehow GCW is a better product overall than like AEW, I think that's like really nonsensical and just blatantly dishonest. Like people just want to say that because it's like a cool thing to say. Oh, there we go. There's Joe.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
There we go. Joe, you missed me laughing hysterically.
What I do?
Mark asked about PCO smashing up the digital media title, and I had to because he said that was big news. It's a big deal, Joe. Cultaholic and What Culture said like it was shocking news. It's shocking because they're red coat British guys and they don't know what news really is. Don't nobody care about PCO smashing up a folding chair, man. He barely hit the title.
That is true. He barely hit the title, but you gotta think about it in their mind.
Hear me okay?
I hear you loud and clear.
My audio good? All right. I don't know where I put the lapel mic. It's on my desk somewhere. I don't know where it is.
I hear. Think of it like this: overseas, some people will still call that like a disgrace. Like, oh no, they disgraced the company they work for, thinking it like it could be the Medusa throwing the belt in the trash, like a disgrace. That's what they. It wasn't that.
It wasn't that. Listen, man, it was not that. People wanted to be that, to have some clickbait and act like it was somehow a big deal. Absolutely not a major deal. I can't imagine anyone backstage at TNA, whenever they caught wind of that, gave a shit. They just signed a partnership with WWE. Do you think they care about what PCO is doing with the digital media title?
Hey, I seen it this morning. I thought it was gonna be something like set on fire or burn it up or something, but nah,
dude. I just happened to see the kickoff show for GCW last night on YouTube, and I clicked on it and was watching it. And whatever the match was that Fuego del Sol was in was pretty good. That was a pretty good match. And then I clicked away from it, watched something else on YouTube. I don't remember what it was. And then I came back to it, and it was the PCO segment. And it was just ending, and he was doing the in-ring thing. And I'm like, I don't understand like what they're doing here. Like, and then all of a sudden he like, give me the tool, and he gets the sledgehammer and the chair. I'm like, what? And he grabs the title. I'm like, and my brain immediately said, why is he putting this on a chair to do this? And then he goes through and he does it. I seen someone say that maybe he did it because he didn't want to. They could put a hole through the ring. I guess that's a good theory. I don't think PCO was going to swing the sledgehammer and put it through the ring last night. I don't think physically that was going to happen, but maybe he thought it could. But seemingly he also thought smashing the digital media title was going to send shockwaves through the wrestling world.
It brought shockwaves, y'all. Shockwaves.
Listen, it's cold here in Cleveland. It's real cold. And the heat's on, hoodie inside, and you build up some static electricity. And whenever your sister kisses me, there's some static electricity in the air, and that's a bigger shockwave than what PCO put through the wrestling world, smashing up the digital media. Let me ask you that: who had the digital media title before PCO? Who he win it from?
Dreamer.
Tommy Dreamer had that before PCO.
I believe it was Dreamer. Yeah, I believe it was Dreamer.
Yeah, I don't think that title matters, man.
Yeah.
Got the Cuban Gorilla asking, when is PCO going to retire? Listen, I hope no one takes this as I'm shitting on PCO, because I am not. PCO did a great thing, rebuilding his career and coming back, and really giving extra life to his career with this character that he's put out there. So I'm not shitting on PCO. I think more than anything, I'm shitting on the pro wrestling YouTubers who are acting like this is like a catastrophic deal. Did you watch the whole pay-per-view, Jim?
Nah, I watched the
TNA pay-per-view, not the GCW.
No, I watched the clips they kept showing every night, all night long. I'm about to order it.
I know Joe Hendry won. I know the crowd was not into Tully Blanchard's daughter. I know Jordan Grace is leaving. I don't really know much else that happened. Cuban Gorilla believes in AJ Francis.
Hey, all I can say is she's a racist, y'all. She's a racist. That's what the crowd was chanting.
That's what they were saying. Is she?
She's a racist.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, she said the hard N word with the ER. Fellow Cole.
She hit the hard R on there.
Hard R to her fellow female wrestlers. They were like, you know that meme that went. What was it? That trend that went around. They got all the wrestlers fired. That make me that trend.
Whatever people are speaking out against bullying and harassment and stuff.
And she was one of them. And you had Chelsea Green verify some of them. Then you had a couple other black female wrestlers all said she did say in front of her with the hard ER. And promotions didn't want to do anything about it because she was the top star.
So, I don't know. I don't really know anything about her. I seen all that reporting. I just kind of feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, if those stories were based in 100% fact, they should have also been followed by a story that she got her ass beat by her fellow wrestlers for using the hard R, right? Right? I mean, I feel like that should have been the follow-up story if that word was said.
I believe a couple said they did have some backstage incidents, but like I said, being the top star, female star of the company that you were in, gives you that privilege, I guess. The white
I don't think there's anyone on the planet who's going to condone that type of behavior. I don't know. Maybe I guess if it happened, maybe there was an apology said, and perhaps, I don't know.
Yeah, she did do the apology during that, COVID time when they want her to give the belt back, but she said no.
Yeah, I think I think there's probably an avenue for redemption, maybe, if someone was like, it depends on situations, I guess. If someone thought they were being funny, maybe, or thought they got a pass for some reason. I don't know where you think you have the ground to do that, unless you're looking for a fight. If your goal is to get into a fist fight, that's an easy way to get into a fist fight.
That is.
But I don't really know how you. I don't know. That's a hole you make for yourself. I don't really know how you climb out of that hole. And Joe's audio went away, and he froze. There.
My kid trying to be funny and call. That's all.
Yeah, so I think if that's the case, and the crowd chanted that for she created that problem for herself, I guess. I don't know how you fix that.
It was call it like the Hulk Hogan. Takes a while.
For Hogan, this is my perspective for Hogan. Hogan's an old white dude from the South. I didn't expect Hulk Hogan to not say racist shit. It doesn't mean it's okay, but I certainly wasn't shocked that he did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, it was someone younger, a generational difference where you can't just, say shit like that. I think there should be a better understanding of what you should and shouldn't do and what right and wrong is. But hey, I don't know. I don't know why any promotion would bring her back unless the people who she directly offended forgave her would be the only thing that signed off on that. I don't know if that's the case.
I just think they need somebody to carry the belt for Jordan Grace. That's about it.
I feel like there were probably other options.
There were, but
hey, anyway, Joe Hendry's world champion, Joe.
He is, yes.
Do you believe in Joe Hendry?
I say this. I thought about it. He's a good guy. He's a good wrestler, but I would say I believe him. But I believe he'll just be that. He'll probably be like two-time champion, two-time world champion.
It's the WWE partnership now that they have, and clearly, Shawn Michaels and the WWE believe in Joe Hendry.
Dad, can please Peanut come over?
Where do you see that going? Where do you see that partnership going? Because they clearly, like, if Joe Hendry's contract had been expiring in 2022, I think WWE would have made a play to sign Joe Hendry, and I don't think this partnership deal with TNA would have even happened. I think they would have just signed Joe Hendry away. They would have just sagged at the talent they could, but I believe Joe Hendry has 2 more years on his TNA deal, if I'm remembering what I'd read correctly months ago.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah.
So, do you think that there's a possibility that Joe Hendry becomes NXT champion while he is TNA world champion?
I don't think they want to do that.
You don't think so?
Nah, I don't think they want to do that little crossover brand like having. Well, they would, but I don't think they would want to do it that way just to get TNA back up, saying that they have a sponsorship because.
I found the mic.
Hey, you found the mic. There you go. Because you don't want to be like AEW and TNA when they did that. Did all cross promotions, had every single belt on one person, and then tag team belts. That's kind of bad. But I would say it would be probably good to have your NXT. If you had your NXT champion versus the NXT champion, probably better. Yeah.
I feel like the whole reason is to be able to have Joe Hendry be both. I think that's the whole reason for the entire partnership. I really do. I think they just want to capitalize. I do kind of feel like they missed the boat a little bit to have him be an NXT or TNA world champion. I think that I think the height of Joe Hendry was this past summer. I can't think of the last time I seen someone randomly using his music. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like it's carrying the same energy, but man, I could be wrong. I don't know.
I say, like I said, his music, it had a little fandango to it, catchy. Everybody was playing it all year long.
Everybody was playing it, man. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good shit. We will be playing for When the Bell Tolls today for WWE Monday Night Raw. I will tell you ahead of time, my wife, Mindy, has already made her pick, and she took 818. Everyone, just so you know, for When the Bell Tolls, we play it every Monday. You pick when you think the first bell will ring to start the first match on Monday Night Raw, and whoever gets the time right wins a prize. And if my wife gets it right, everyone who played will get something.
She picked 818.
She took 818.
God dang.
We'll come back to the game in a little bit. That's how we'll close out the show. So if you're here now, stick around. You can play. You can throw it in the comments live on Instagram. If this goes to you YouTube and Spotify. That means I took the time to edit it on CapCut. If CapCut is working, if CapCut's not working, I don't want to mess with Power Director. I don't want to put the intro in there and fool with all that. So it will go up without the intro, and it will be completely unedited. So all the swear words, the shits, asses, and farts will remain in the show completely in its entirety. Because I'm not going to fool with editing the show and something different than CapCut. And if you're catching this someplace else, make sure you follow us live on Instagram because, man, I don't like editing. I just don't like doing it. You know why I don't like doing it? It just takes time not even the editing process part. So, like, the actual task of editing a video doesn't bother me at all. Mm-hmm. It's waiting for it to produce. I hate watching the loading screens. Shit drives me nuts. I can't stand it. Sometimes I'll start the process off, and then we'll have dinner or whatever, and then I'll come back. Okay, cool, it produced, and now I can upload. I get a little irritated with Spotify because I got to keep it there and let it go. But Fantasy Faction, checking us out live on Instagram, guys. If you're not following Fantasy Faction, go check them out. You can build your own Fantasy Faction full of pro wrestlers, earn points. You can win stuff. You can conspire with everyone to keep me comfortably out of the top 10 on a regular basis because, well, I built a faction of people who are strong, who are almost never wrestling on TV anymore. Cody don't defend that belt for nothing. They didn't even put Gunther on the debut of Raw. I built a strong team in theory, but in execution, these guys don't ever go to work.
There you go.
Joe, tonight I'm Raw.
All right.
Penta is expected to be back on Raw in some capacity. They're going to do some behind-the-scenes stuff of his first appearance. They're really giving him some great treatment. They're going to put him against. But I want to ask you, who would you pick for his first feud?
First feud. I'm still going with Dirty Down, y'all. I'm still going with Dirty Down.
I agree. Penta versus Dirty Dom would be a great program to run.
I'm still going. Even though it's bad to have like your.
Should that be his first feud, or should that be his program going into Mania?
Okay. I did say Mania. I want him to fight at Mania. I did say that. Okay. On Raw. Okay. You know, it'd be cool. Let's just say this. Just to buy some time. I would say it would be cool if Drew did it first. Then it went to Dominic Mysterio.
Drew versus Penta?
Just to give Drew some time for the whole Punk. Just to give him some time between Punk and Seth thing. Give him something to do, and that'd be great right there. Drew and Penta.
Well, you bring up Drew McIntyre, and tonight, Drew McIntyre faces Seth Rollins. The rematch from WrestleMania that we have never gotten.
I ain't see you spoiled. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so I missed that. Okay, never mind.
Well, that's just tonight. That's just the match tonight. That doesn't mean he can't have a feud with Penta, because I don't know how I think Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre even goes tonight.
Simple. Punk comes out to be sitting down in the crowd or whatever. Commentary.
You think Punk goes on the commentary?
Yeah, commentary.
So it's funny that you would suggest that. I also think CM Punk takes commentary tonight for Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. And I think that at some point CM Punk gets involved in this match. And I think they both commence to whooping CM Punk's ass. And this begins the alliance of Drew McIntyre and Seth freaking Rollins.
Okay, I can see that.
If we can align Drew and Seth on Raw, and we can bleed this in to Kevin Owens on SmackDown, we can have an anti-Roman Reigns, anti-Cody Rhodes alliance.
Possibility, yeah.
right?
Right. Yeah.
I think there's an avenue to get there. And if we have the avenue happen in hostile territory,
Mm-hmm.
there's a way to break the group up too.
There is.
You have
That's true. Yeah.
an out. There's always an out.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's something there if you can get those three together. They can be the anti-hero baby faces.
I don't know how to get them there, though. That's the downside. I don't know how to do it.
All we have to do is get Seth and Drew together against Punk tonight on Raw.
Nah,
Then we will eventually get to our ability to align them with Kevin Owens.
I say it happened at Saturday main event. Saturday night main event would be better for it. Because you know that because Saturday they got that special contract, whatever going on between Cody and KO, wherever don't know which time Michael's being there, don't know what's all in that contract they're gonna be doing. But I would say after they sign the contract, that's when they could probably get the Drew and Punk in there, or maybe Seth and Punk. And then that's how somehow it starts off right there.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Whose title reign has been worse? Gunther's or Cody's?
Been worse.
I ask it that way because I can't say I think one's been better.
Oh, okay. I would say they're even.
We have Jey Uso's gunning for Gunther's title.
Mm-hmm.
Cody is set to defend his title against Kevin Owens at the Rumble. Cody's last title defense was against KO
Saturday main event.
at Saturday night's main event.
Mm-hmm.
And that was in December.
Yeah, that's December 1st.
Right?
So,
Just
yeah.
after Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not going to defend it again until February 1st. So the entire month of January, Cody Rhodes will have not defended his world title. And people booed Roman for that same behavior.
Yeah, that's why I said their title reign they're like equal. Because
Gunther's greatest adversary has been Damian Priest.
Damian Priest. I would say
Let that sink in.
I would say they're even because Gunther and Cody. Granted, Gunther had a couple more matches than Cody, but their matches, who they face, wasn't really that great opponents. But so I'll say they're equal. Now, Jay, on the other hand, is coming up Saturday. This will probably start Gunther's title reign a little bit better.
Is Jey Uso a good adversary for Gunther?
I would say yeah. He's the baby face of the Raw brand, and he's the most popular star that willingly deserves to have a title shot. I mean, you don't want to see Damian Priest again. It would be cool.
I don't want to see Damian Priest versus Gunther.
I mean, and look, you already had Seth. Seth is like all over the place, so you can't say he's a number one spot for it as well. But I would say right now, if you had to pick, I would say good guy to face Gunther would be Jay, and the bad guy to be Finn.
So we're talking Monday Night Raw, we're talking Gunther, we're talking the Ring General, World Heavyweight Champion. Who should dethrone him?
Who should dethrone?
You can't say John Cena.
I'm gonna say John Cena.
I think it should be Cena, but let's say we're not going to say it's Cena.
Okay, I'd rather see Breaker do it.
So then, who takes the IC title off of Braun Breaker? Because that should be Jay. Jay should run with the IC title longer than 2 weeks before we really have him pretending to be a believable foe for Gunther.
Cena's take off IC. Cena's take the IC title.
You're gonna give Cena a run with the mid-card belt?
Hey, he retired being a Grand Slam champion, y'all. Look at it that way. A Grand Slam champion. And look at him. He did it with the U.S. title. He ran that title, made it popular. Made everybody want the U.S. title.
He did make people want the U.S. title. That's for sure.
And if he got that IC title, you could say, but he could be 17. Cool, 17. But if he get that IC title, he's in the history book. He's officially a Grand Slam before he retired. And before he retired, that IC title, it'll be up there again. And then if I had to pick, I would say the best rival to take it from him would be The Miz. And then he could break the record holding with past Jericho. Yeah, he'll beat Jericho with 10.
So then, when do you get that title on to Sheamus?
I don't know. Sheamus still got time. Sheamus can still get it this year. But that's the way I would do it. Bam. Cena takes the IC. Then he goes to carry that. And then his arch rival feud for years of The Miz takes. Or you can do Sheamus in it as well. He could fight Sheamus as well. They all could fight just for the IC title. But if it had to go down, I would say Sheamus be the one to take it off of Cena. Nah, The Miz be better to do it because The Miz can make that belt more popular than anybody.
I think The Miz, if Cena were to get it, Miz beating Cena would make sense. Mm-hmm. I just don't know how quickly you do that because you got to get the world title on Cena somehow this year.
Simple. Let's just say he wins. Okay, let's just say hypothetically, like I said, at WrestleMania, it will be Cena versus Braun Breaker. There you go. And then for the IC title, Cena wins. Boom. Cena carries that belt on to about 2 months. Yeah, we'll say 2 months. And before The Miz challenged him during that whole Money in the Bank lineup, Cena B's in the Money in the Bank. The Miz doesn't make the Money in the Bank, so The Miz challenge Cena for the title on that Monday Night Raw. Then that gives Cena time to jump in the Money in the Bank, men's Money in the Bank, grab the briefcase. There you go.
I can see that happening. I don't know why, but your video is just spinning for me. I got your audio, though.
Oh, okay.
What's up? Hey?
I don't know. I see you. Okay.
We're talking Monday Night Raw tonight, and we were just talking, who we see as a potential feud for Penta. Mm-hmm. And as you were talking about, the hypothetical who dethrones Braun Breaker. And I think I realized what they're going to do with Penta.
Okay.
Tonight, the New Day is expected to return to action. Mm-hmm. The New Day has been having continuous beef with Rey Mysterio.
Hey,
I think the New Day is going to do a beatdown of Rey, and Penta's coming to the rescue. We're going to get Penta and Rey as a tag team because they don't have Rey Fenix, so they're going to use Rey Mysterio. Penta and Rey are going to be the Lucha Bros versus the New Day.
That would be the first Monday Night Raw on Netflix. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where we're getting to now. Yep.
That makes sense now, because the little interview he did backstage, he said he always idolized Rey Mysterio, and that makes sense now. Okay.
Yep. So we have no determination of who we think is going to win between Drew and Seth. I think they will join an unholy alliance, and we get no winner of that match, which I think is the main event. I think. Panther's here, and yes, Panther made the logo for Joe's tournament pretty quick yesterday.
I wasn't expecting that fast.
Speedy design from the Panther.
I ain't mad.
Sami Zayn is booked to do a promo. I'm gonna guess Sami Zayn might open the show. I don't know really what to gauge the context of Sami Zayn's promo is going to be, because I don't really know what direction we're leading with Sami Zayn in the future.
I think Sami Zayn is going to announce that he's been signed to Raw.
One thing I do think is going to happen while Sami Zayn's promo is taking place, I think we're going to get the JBL appearance. JBL is booked to appear on Monday Night Raw tonight.
He is booked to be there tonight. Yeah.
Frankie Kazarian threatened to crash Monday Night Raw and take out JBL.
Ooh.
I don't understand. What are we going to do with JBL on Raw tonight?
I don't know.
Right? What do you even do with it? Last time we seen JBL in WWE, it was the very short-lived alliance with Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin. The money. The broken gimmick, whatever. He hit the jackpot, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if there's going to be a reoccurring thing with JBL. If it is, if JBL's going to stop playing around, showing up on every wrestling show, how would you use JBL on Monday Night
Raw? Oh, I know what to do. Okay. You would, JBL would come down to the ring in his little suit, whatever. Then you got Frank Kazarian. Well, he'll be talking about something. Then Frankie Kazarian interrupt him. Say he would.
Do you think they'll actually let Frankie show up on Raw? I mean, I understand they have the partnership and whatever.
Yeah.
But do you think they're gonna let that story play into Monday Night Raw?
Yeah.
I think somehow JBL is gonna bring Nick Nemeth.
Yeah, I'm about to get to that part too. I'm about to get to that. And then when you get there, you're gonna see the return of, well, I don't know if you're gonna call him Dolph or Nick. I don't know what they're gonna call him, but I would say, since JBL at the top is prime, where he can't hardly wrestle, Frankie tried to take him out, but then jump from the crowd. You got Nick / Dolph, whoever the crowd gonna call him. I don't know what they're gonna call him.
I feel like they're gonna have to call him Nick Nemeth, unless him dropping the title to Joe Hendry was the end of his TNA deal, and he's just going back to WWE. But I think they would be insane to go back to calling him Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, so I don't know what they're going to call him. It's with the crowd or the fans or what commentator says. Either Nick or Dolph. So, bam. Zigzag. It's still the zigzag. I know that's the part.
Yeah, we could see Panthers live on Instagram with us. It could be Josh Alexander, because Josh Alexander said he's done with TNA. He's, I believe, almost officially a free agent. He's not going to be at the live tapings on Thursday for TNA. I don't know where I would like to see Josh Alexander end up.
I don't know either. He better off at TNA, though. He's the star at TNA, to tell you the truth. He made it.
And could he be a star someplace else? I think a guy of his caliber would be wasted in NXT.
I say he could go to WWE, but if he go to AEW, he'll get lost in the shuffle, and you don't want that to happen.
You think so? You think he'd get lost in the show?
I say he'll be there, have a good co-parents, and everybody like him. But then that little shuffle, having a lot of storytelling, but just throwing him everywhere. He'll get lost in that little shuffle.
The Panther said he could go to New Japan. Thank you, Panther, for bringing up Japan, because he could take a trip over to Japan. And I don't know if you guys seen the breaking news I shared a couple hours ago, but all of the major Japanese wrestling promotions have formed basically an alliance, just a council of New Japan, All Japan, Pro Wrestling Noah, DDT, Stardom. I know I'm missing a few, but they've joined this whole, basically it's the United Nations of Japanese pro wrestling to help build it, to help bring in tourism, hold major events. I'm personally very excited about what they're doing in Japan with pro wrestling. And I really, really hope they do something big so I can get super back into Japanese pro wrestling.
Yeah. That would explain why they took it off of TV and everything. Yeah.
So I think, man, I think they'll come back. I think they're going to look to do some big stuff. Hopefully they'll just do a partnership with Fight TV, with Triller on Fight TV. That could be good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, Josh Alexander versus Xavier Jr. would be great in Japan. I think Josh Alexander could have some great matches in AEW. But like you said, he could get lost there, and he could get lost there because I think that the main event scene of AEW is at the moment in a weird direction. And people want to say it's directionless, and I don't think that's the case. I just think we can't see what the vision is. It's a weird direction.
It's a very weird direction right now.
It doesn't even mean that, I think anyone has a good main event scene at the moment either. I think maybe your best main event scene might actually be TNA, because Raw and SmackDown have bad main event scenes at the moment. The SmackDown main event scene is a match that happened 2 months ago.
Yeah, but they had
that your babyface champion cheated to win.
Right.
And you already know there's no threat to him losing the ladder match. That's not a great main event scene. Because we don't even want him to win. And I'm a Cody guy. But in the story, nobody actually wants Cody to beat KO.
I don't want to win.
Right? And it's not even like he's and Cody's not this horrible, dastardly heel that people are chasing the title from. So it's in a weird moment right now. I feel that same way with Gunther. Gunther's a heel, but he's so good, you kind of have to like him. So you kind of don't want anyone to beat him, and no one's really chasing it. The only person people may want to see win is Jay.
Or Finn. You know, it'd be cool if they had Dominic Mysterio in that category to get that title from Gunther. That'd be cool.
I don't know if you remember, but a few months back, I said Dom should be the guy that beats Gunther.
Oh, yeah, remember. They did have a fight. Him and Gunther did have a fight already. Yeah, they did. They did that, yeah.
Josh Alexander versus Braun Breaker. Yeah. Josh Alexander could come into Monday Night Raw and be comfortable in the mid-card spot right now. You could have him in that. You could have him around that IC title picture for a little while. Problem is, if you put him on Raw, people will be confused. Because people are going to wonder why he's not with Gable. Now, you could argue he's Canadian, so he can't be part of American Made.
That's true.
So he could feud with Gable.
He could feud with him.
But then you're just hurting the whole Gable stable. Gable stable.
There you go. Well, you know what's really funny about that? I gotta give it to the fans. The fans found a way to put "You Suck" in the Gable theme song.
Well, I think we covered everything from Monday Night Raw. All except for everyone's got to play for when the bell tolls now. So my wife Mindy picked 8:18. Panther, if you're live in the comments, go ahead and make your time pick.
Okay, nah. Ain't really nothing going on tonight. Promo, nothing. I'm gonna press my luck. I'll say 8:15.
Oh, you're taking 8:15? That's short, huh?
I don't think there's nothing going on that I can think of right now. 8:15.
Panther took 8:24. I took 8:21. Everybody else, feel free to send me what time you think Monday Night Raw will ring the first bell to start the first match of the show. Does anyone want to go for a double? Anyone want to guess what time the show will end?
Oh, okay. I'll do this. I'll do the double. Okay.
If you play double or nothing, you got to get them both.
10:40.
All right, Joe's taking the double or nothing, so he's taking 8:15 and 10:40. I'm not playing double. I'm not going to play the end of the show piece. I'm sticking with my 8:21 start time. I'm not guessing when this show is going to end because there's not a lot announced for the show. I do feel like 2.5 hours might be the sweet spot for Monday Night Raw. Gary Fox, BKFC, thank you for checking us out live on Instagram. We are playing for When the Bell Tolls. This is our weekly game where we guess what time the first bell rings to start the first match for Monday Night Raw. If you get it right, you win a prize. If my wife gets it right, everyone who played wins a prize. New thing with Raw on Netflix. We're gonna start playing double or nothing every week where you can choose to guess the start time and the end of the show. And if you get them both right, double the prize, I guess.
I got my fingers crossed, y'all.
But then you got to get them both. All right, Joe, you got any guesses for any surprise on Monday Night Raw tonight?
I would say someone going to challenge Rhea for the women's title. There you go.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, everyone, thank you for checking us out live on Instagram. If this is on YouTube and Spotify, hey, congratulations. I edited it and put it on YouTube, or I may just upload it exactly like this, unedited form, with Joe talking about how much he loves President Trump, and he's calling this isn't even Inauguration Day for Joe. Joe said this is just America Day. Represents
America Day.
Martin Luther King Jr., the rebirth of America, and Joe's super excited. He's out there, true patriot out there waving his flag.
I just got one thing to say. I appreciate this day because this is like the first day in my career, y'all. I had a paid holiday on Martin Luther King Day, so I can't not complain about it. Okay?
Yeah, guys, I paid Joe on the holidays. There we go. All right, everyone. Thank you for checking us out live on Instagram. We are Don't Say the F Word, Pro Wrestling Combat Sports Podcast. We do not use the F word when we talk about professional wrestling. Don't let your friends use it either. We'll be back Wednesday. We'll recap Raw. We'll preview Dynamite. And, God, who knows what will happen between now and then. Somebody else could smash up a nonsensical title, and everyone will act like it's a big deal.
It right is.
Right? Until next time, let's hope they don't actually put JBL on Raw because JBL sucks. We're out.